my salvation, whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Today is Throwback Day. Yesterday, I read a story that suggests that 114,000 US dollars, 800 euros, and other huge sums of money had been stolen from the home of a presidential staffer who is also a lawyer. First thing that came to me is that it is becoming obvious that perhaps the ruling class like to keep monies at home, and they like to keep foreign currency or hard cash at home. Listen to me. I said yesterday, I read a story. We are yet to finish digesting $1 million, 300,000 euros, and other huge sums of cash from the former sanitation minister's home. And then we read a story about another official of government, 114,000 US dollars, 800 euros, and other huge sums of cash. So the indication I get is that perhaps the people who are leading us and telling us that they have cleaned the banking sector and that it is safe for us to keep our monies there, and then they will give us haircuts that we did not ask for, find it prudent to keep their monies at home. And guess what? They don't keep their cedis, they keep their dollars, their pounds, and their euros as well. And that puts them in a position of danger. Because if the citizens start thinking that the big men keep dollars at home, they will start charging at the big men. And it is not good. The president needs to wake up. Stop making prejudicial comments and wake up and sit up and smell the coffee. I think two things. Sorry, but either the president is sleeping on the job or is struggling to stay awake on the job. Under 2 weeks, 2 key government officials have had this message about them. All the Bank of Ghana governor could say is that he is worried. The Bank of Ghana governor sanctioned the arrest of 79 Abochi Atudu and other places. They said it was because of the black market. That was why our cedi was getting weaker and weaker, and that is why we couldn't find the dollar, because Abochi was hoarding the dollar. The dollar that Abochi is hoarding, compared to what we are now discovering, are stolen money from the homes of presidential staffers and ministers of state, cabinet minister for that matter. Is that comparable? So I asked the question, is this another Ajana 1, Ajana 2, tell us to keep our monies in the bank, give us haircuts that we did not ask for, and then you keep your monies at home, and then you get somebody to come and tell us that because of the historical past of this country, some of those people don't like to keep their monies in the bank, they like to keep it at home. This young lawyer, does she also have an historical past? Or maybe her father advised her to keep the money at home? Sometimes we need to be credited with some wisdom. And when it appears that whoever is giving the narrative seems to have more information about the money than the people who went to steal the money, it is problematic. I am worried. I am not happy. Our cedi is weak. And you see, in both stories, see how it was captured. And other sums of money. So they mention dollar, they mention euro, they position them, and then they say, and other sums of money. And other sums of money. It's just like you going to misbehave in town with the children of very popular and influential people. They say, oh, so and so Akufo-Addo, son of President Akufo-Addo, so and so of Oriata, son of Finance Minister of Oriata, and then Johnnie and others. Or you have a big show, Sarkodie, Shatawale, and others to thrill fans at National Theatre. We need to be careful. So the president doesn't have to come and tell us that it is the rating agencies and what they say and how we talk at our money that is what is weighing down money. Now at least we know that money which is supposed to be in circulation is sitting in people's homes. And we are busy going around begging and bending and on a stretcher for dollars. We should be ashamed of ourselves. And if the president is really the man who he presented himself or was packaged for us to buy in 2016, and he says he's incorruptible, Akufo-Addo, and he will use the Anas principle and all of that, he should be sacking people. Madame Dapa has resigned. She has been applauded for it, but that does not stop the investigations from happening and from us finding a logical conclusion in her own interest so that people don't say that she stole the money. Now we have been told how the money could have been funeral donations, how it could be belonging to a brother who is now deceased and another mother who gave it to the brother who is also deceased and all of that. We wait for the investigations. The president needs to crack the whip. He needs to lead from the front. Mr. President, the king is naked. Good morning to you, sir. Now, today's throwback, I told you. Sometime in 2019, the Center for Democratic Development, CDD, led by Prof. Signed, that the government and its officials said that, oh, 9.6 billion is a lie, it's not true. You see, when you make an allegation, and this allegation is even grounded based on facts and research, and then the people who this is supposed to affect or to give a wake-up call to say, oh, outrightly it is fake, like they've been trying to do, that extra cash was found, that is fake, and they decide to pick my picture and put it out there. Because yes, if they take me down, then they are taking the whole thing down. That it is fake. That's all the government said. That's 9.6 billion swallowed by corruption in 3 years. That's 2017, 2018, 2019. It's fake. I'm doing a throwback today. That was all the government said. They didn't come with counterfeit. But if somebody says you are a thief, and you say, oh, I am not a thief, you have to then now prove why you're not a thief. Because the person has proved it with evidence, a document based on research. CDD did that. Procurement, whatever, payment irregularities, all those irregularities, corruption. With that, even then we lost 12 billion with the benefit of time. We need to wake up as a country. Six, take me to the Odo River. The president standing at the Odo River is being given an artist impression of what the Odo River should have been by now, contesting with all the others that we have around the world. Play it for me, please.
This dredging, cleaning up is going to take about 6 months to complete this one. Then the Kwale Lagoon itself will take a longer time because that's where we have more composition of material, which needs to take a longer time, maybe about a year or two to finish. We're going to have recreational facilities. That is the sea outfall. So along we have recreational facilities. Other infrastructure, we can have some hotels will come at the end, and this makes the whole place. Then we're dredging all the way through Cycle to Kwale Lagoon, where we call the Clep Interceptor. From there, we end up at the estuary into the sea. Before the commencement of the work, this is how the situation was. The channels were heavily silted. Along the channel, you can see very heavy siltation. So this is a beginning. Then during the process of the dredging, we had these situations. Gradually we came up to the end. Then finally, this is the stage that we have reached. And then after that, there was a continuation to carry out the silting, because as we progress, more silt come, and you have to.
So that was the President of the Republic being told about the Kwale Lagoon development project. The president was told. If you look at the expression on the president's face, it looked like he didn't believe what was happening. This has been about 3 years or so, maybe 4. So the throwback today is, what happened to that project? How much have we spent in respect of that project? Because it was presented to us like the template. We're going to have boats on the Kole Lagoon, on the Dor River. The president stood there, he saw it. Today the place is stinking, it's smelling. What is happening? I'm only asking, because this we were told would happen. In fact, it happened ahead of the last elections. It was a big thing, the people believed it. So what has happened to that particular one? Is the president concerned? I'm asking this because this is water and sanitation. They have moved another person there, and a fellow IPR member. It's okay, that's fine. But has the ministry justified why it was set up? The Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources. Has it justified why it was set up?
Where I could use a voice to be able to do this job, for us to see as Ghanaians that we can do this job within in-house. We don't have to always wait for foreigners to come. We're waiting. Even when the foreigners come, they will hire my workers like this to do the job. So why don't we start doing it for other lives to be lost? That's why I've taken the initiative to do it. I've done many jobs like this. It's likely that you've not heard it. The motorway failed. The foreign companies told us that it would take 3 months. In 5 days, I fixed the problem. That's what I do for a living. And I'm glad you've come here and you've seen all the equipment that belongs to government working on this job. I don't have a contract with government. There's no contract. If it's a contract, it will be tendered. And everybody will see that it's tendered. I don't have a contract. I don't need a contract to do this job. And let me explain something that really helps me as a contractor. In my field, I'm the only local contractor on that level competing with foreigners. And if when I'm not working in that field and I have skillful people who I have worked for a long time with, I think that it's my duty to do service, to use the same right skilled expertise to be able to clean up the country.
That was Mr. Ibrahim Mahama. He used his resources to dredge for us for free the Odor River. People complained about it. It's unfortunate that $43 million video didn't play because that was in the House of Parliament. Parliament is a house of record. Subsequently, we have spent $43 million to dredge the Odor River under Madam Cecilia Abinadapa, who was our sanitation minister. Did we get value for money for that? Who got the contract? Who were the people involved? Could it have been done for free, as was done in the past by somebody? Because even when it was done for us for free, we got cause to complain. Same elements complained. Today we spent $43 million. Go and check what the Odor River is. And each time it's about to rain, we gather, we complain, we get pastors to pray, we get engineers talk about it, everything. Then we go and spend money with dredge, and then we forget about it. We wait for the next rain cycle and come and talk about it. And you have regional ministers and work ministers going around the place as if they are busybody. Nothing they show, all be lie. Now, with a conversation about 1 million, I want to throw you back again. Today's throwback. Listen to our communications minister, Madam Esla Oswekufo, on News File with Samson Ladia Yinene. Listen to him. Listen to her.
If you juxtapose that against her earlier post on her Facebook wall that she's being forced to steal because of the incessant demands being made on her for all manner of things by all manner of people.
She got applause for that.
Yes, she did. It's the reality of our political life. But could this be a sign that she may have given in to the temptation? I don't know. Because you're talking about somebody, $1 million isn't pocket change. Let's not lose sight of the fact. Why would anybody even mention that $1 million? It means she has her sights set on something to cushion not just her personal life, but to secure her political future going forward, because that's the justification that she gave, being able to control others. So it is not something that we can merely wish away or excuse. And I think that, for starters, somebody should be checking her bank balance and to see if she's made some headway towards acquiring that war chest and is well on the way to meeting that threshold that she set for herself.
So,
and I'm not saying it idly.
Me make 1 million and I make is the same as I have intention to steal 1 million.
There's an account saying that Midiminyansa Pemininche.
To it.
Midiminyansa Pemininche.
To it.
I am keeping mum because I know what my aims and objectives are. So no matter what happens, I know what I plan to do. So I will just do whatever I am asked to, or I will put whatever structures there are in place to ensure my own longevity in whatever venture I put my mind to. And she's saying that, yes, she's also going through issues in her place, but she knows what she wants, so she's keeping quiet. She doesn't even mind serving her minister's wife, if that is what it entails, because she knows what she wants. That isn't the mark of somebody who's naive. It's a mark of somebody who's shrewd, and she knows what she's doing. And she says also somewhere that she's going to use whatever tools are at her disposal to attain whatever heights she wants to attain. And there's some...
That is our Minister for Communications and MP for Ablekuma West. These days, you don't see the likes of Esla, Kojo Nkrumah, Sami Uku, Anthony Kabo, you know, all the faces that used to communicate. Ibrahim Ejay at the presidency, is secretary to the secretary of the president. We don't see all those people, Gabi Asarachidak. We don't see them communicating again. Maybe because power has come, or maybe because they are too busy. But those were the faces that used to be on a regular. Mustafa Hamid, you know, those were the faces. And I have tapes of interviews with them and all of that. These days, you don't find them. These days, you find Nat Hyde, you know, all these youngsters on TV suggesting to people that they can't be houseboys of people and all of that. It's okay. But this was what the minister said at the time. She was an MP. She said somebody's bank balance needs to be checked because the person thought about 1 million. Today, there's a reality of 1 million. Should we be checking the bank balance? Would Madam make the same call? And would Midiminyansa Epeminche happen? We need to maintain a standard, a principle. We need to have a one strong line. All these people are quiet. All of them, they're quiet. Yet all these people were the same people who came to us and made us believe that so much wrong and rot was being done and that something had to change. Today, it is not a perception. We are seeing it. I told you, $114,000 US found in a presidential staffer's house, stolen. 800 euros, stolen. $1 million, a presidential appointee's house, stolen. 300,000 euros, stolen. As for the CDs, we can't count. And these are just two. That's why I said it's becoming a dangerous sport to be an appointee of the government. Because the people start thinking that you have money and it's hard cash and they are hungry and they cannot find food to eat. They can't find money to fend for themselves, pay their rent, school fees, whatever it is. Put body and soul together. And they get the indication that you have money at home. They will come because you live in the communities where they live. How many policemen can you have? How many military men can you have? How many soldiers can you have around you? It's a wake-up call. Good morning.